How'd you find this one?
I know him.
Hi.
All right, so we're going to get started. This is our, fifth podcast?
Fifth.
This time we have music.
Only one produced.
We have music now.
It's awesome. It's good music.
We have a ghetto set up.
I like it.
It'll work.
Yeah. Smooth music.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
I do too.
It kind of drowns out that thing, right?
It's a lot better than that 80s stuff that Robert listens to.
Oh, okay.
All right, so today we're going to talk about stress and anxiety.
Yes.
Okay. So what do we know about stress and anxiety?
I don't like it.
You don't like it? Okay.
I feel like everyone experiences stress at some point at some level. Everyone.
Let's do this. Should we introduce ourselves?
Sure.
All right, so we'll start with you.
Oh. Okay. Like, are we using our real names?
No.
Sure.
Okay. My name is Cindy. And I'm Leo's boss.
All of our boss.
All of our bosses.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm really cool.
Yay.
Okay. Well,
My name is Maria, and I work with Cindy. She is my boss.
And you're very pretty.
Aw, thank you.
Okay. My name is Rocio, and Cindy's also my boss.
that's it.
That's it. I have nothing else to say.
You're very pretty too.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm Mr. Leo. I'm Cindy's minion.
Yeah.
And I'm very pretty too.
You're very pretty.
And then we have Robert in the back.
Hi, Robert, in the
Mr.
back.
Robert.
Say
I'm his
hi.
boss too.
All right, so we got this podcast that we're doing. We've been working with the kids at Griner,
Yes,
and they've talked to us a lot about stress and anxiety. So we wanted just to talk more on it, so that way we can get more information out there. So, what have y'all been experiencing with COVID and stress? Anybody want to start?
Well, I've experienced memory loss. Seriously, like you don't know what day it is,
Right.
and you forget how to do the things that you used to do every day,
Right.
and there's just a lot of brain fog.
Yeah.
And then it's this whole resistance when you have to go back to what your normal was. I don't want to go back to that.
You don't want to go back to normal.
I don't want to go back to normal.
Oh. Wow, that's new. Why?
Because it was too fast.
So Miss Cindy
Too
doesn't
fast
want to
and
go
furious.
back to normal.
Too
Wow.
fast and furious.
Wow. What do you think, Maria?
Well, I think there's a lot of people who feel the same Cindy feels, because I've talking to different people, friends, family. You know, it seems like, you know, it's working for them. A lot of them have been able to stay at home 100% to do their jobs on a regular basis, so they have their kids there. For me personally, not that I do want normal. I want to be able to go out and just not worry about who is doing what, or, you know, if people are coughing. Right now, I feel like anytime somebody coughs or somebody sneezes, everybody turns to look at you. And I don't like that feeling at all. Because then I have to, like, even...
Oops.
I have to leave now. You guys.
Exactly. I think that's exactly what it is. So I'm ready for not to have to worry about if I need to sneeze or if I need to cough, because even I myself, you know, hold it, because I'm like, oh my God, I can sneeze here, or I can cough, or I need to get out of here to be able to do it.
Wow.
So I think, you know, like I understand all sides of it. For me, working from home doesn't really work, like, especially because of the type of work that we're doing.
Well, the type of work that we do, right?
Yes, exactly. Virtual, we're making it work and we're making it happen, but I prefer face-to-face contact.
What do you say, Rocio? Miss Rocio?
Thank you very much. I want things to go back in a way. I'm used to like going here and there and driving around and, you know, doing what I have to do. I do enjoy being at home. I haven't done that in forever. I have the chance to spend time with my mom and my nieces and just kind of like really see them, you know. They are thriving with this pandemic, actually, more than they did before. Like, they get on that computer and they're on it and they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Wow.
Yes. So, but that's just them. Some kids, it's not like that for some other kids, but yeah.
So one thing that's happened with us is that we're Zooming more. And, of course, we're Zooming with Griner Middle School because the staff there is just so wonderful to call us and have us on there. And we've been watching that. And it's been mixed with the kids. Some of them like it and some of them don't like it. It's almost like 50-50, I think.
50-50, I would say.
Yeah.
The same thing, too.
Yeah. So one of the things that we were talking about is stress and anxiety. And I think a lot of the kids were really vocalizing how they're under a lot of anxiety. Some of them aren't sleeping. They're not eating regularly. So that's kind of scary because there's got to be a normal for them. So we talked a little bit about making it normal for them. How would y'all make your lives normal under this if you were their age?
I think it's difficult to make it normal, especially at that age. I'm thinking, pre-teens, teens.
Right.
Some of them, I mean, I know, like Lucio said, for her nieces are thriving, but unfortunately not everyone is thriving. And I think there's like, a lot of these kids are just getting too comfortable in their setting of not having to wake up, not having that responsibility.
Now, let me tell you, when I say they're thriving, I don't mean like, oh my gosh, they're like A students. I mean, like, I'm surprised to see them, for them, because their case is so specific. I'm just so happy to see them get up on their own, log in on that computer on their own, and, do their classes on their own. Like, that for me, that's a big step. Because they came from, like, they had...
So they do this on their own?
They do this on their own.
Wow.
Like, the older one sets up her alarm, so she gets up, she goes on the computer. So, to me, oh my gosh, that's like a big thing,
Yeah.
I don't mean like, oh man, they're getting 100s. They're not.
Your daughter's thriving, right?
Yes.
Okay.
My daughter's thriving, but we're at the end of 2020 and they're supposed to have this vaccine in 2021, but I think we'll get to a new normal, and I think there's pros and cons to our old normal versus our coronavirus normal. And so you can take the good and the bad. I don't think we have to always, like in the future, be fast and furious. We can say, like, we don't always have to be running. There's stuff we can do virtually and be at home when we need to be. But it is nice to have the freedom to go out, go shopping, go drive your car, whatever it might be, and not mask up. I hate the mask.
You hate the mask?
Yeah, I mean, people can't see my lipstick.
How are people supposed to know that I'm nice if they don't see me smile?
Your smile,
Yeah.
right?
I can only smile with my eyes so much.
Yeah.
Hey, you
Just
can't.
to do it again?
I can't.
We should have videos so that people can see that.
No.
How do you smile with your eyes? Do it again?
You just open them up real wide. See? And then that breath has to come out of your mouth.
It looks like there's issues there.
See,
We're talking. That's anxiety. That's my anxiety.
But you know what? See, that's how you smile. You open your eyes wide. Me, I'm like.
Okay. See,
I make mine
that's
smaller.
different.
This is me. It's
See, the photographer said I get Chinese. He said, can I say that? Oops.
Edit, Mr. Robert.
All right. So Maria squints. Squints. Is that how you say it? Squinty?
because I want to make sure that
That they
can
know you're
see
smiling?
that there is a reaction going on underneath
Right,
that mask. If I don't make that reaction, then they're just like, sir,
Right.
are you nice? Are you mean? Who are you? Like, what are you
Right.
doing here at my school?
Yeah. So do you color coordinate your mask?
I do.
You see how I asked that question?
I do.
I'm trying to get on my feminine side.
I do have a black one that I go to, and a beige
That's your go-to?
one that I go to, like if I don't have nothing else to match with the outfit or whatever. But I've been like focusing around buying to match certain things in my closet.
Right. How about you?
Sometimes when it's like a dinner at home.
A dinner.
At home.
A
And
quiet
there's people
dinner at
that I don't like. But you have to have a black mask. That's
Okay.
mandatory. Yes, and a light one.
What about you, Cindy?
Oh, I definitely try to color coordinate.
Color coordinate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's funny? I don't know if you guys have noticed this yet or not, but they're selling like a lot of tops with the matching scarf, like the matching mouth
no.
with it.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh. Yeah. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. I like the doctor ones. You know, the medical ones.
No, that one costs us like.
Oh, but he's pretending he's a doctor. Like,
Yeah.
it's a little fantasy he's playing.
Doctor. Yes.
Yes. You see me, I'm more in this.
So we're talking about the stress and anxiety. I think it's interesting that we kind of talked a little bit about the masks because, you got to have fun with this. I mean, in any kind of stress, I think laughter's the best thing. And it's not a laughing matter, but you still have to find humor in this. I think we're going to go back and kind of later we're going to realize that how silly we look with the masks.
Oh yeah.
You know what coronavirus has been? It's been a boon for the introvert.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can see
What's
that.
an introvert, Miss Cindy?
So an introvert is somebody who's very introspective and they need some alone time every day. Like they get worn out. They can go out and socialize, but it can be exhausting to them. Sometimes they're a lot more timid, Robert, and they're afraid to like ask for help or approach people, conflict, that kind of thing.
Oh, and what's an extrovert?
Rocio is an extrovert.
Yay!
So extroverts love to be on stage. They love people and attention, and that energizes them. Or all of that can just suck the energy out of an introvert.
Sometimes I get home and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need a nap. I've been smiling all day. I just need to take a moment.
So you smile a lot, Miss Rocio?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Wow.
What are you, Leo?
I'm a little of both. I'm an extrovert, but I'm really an introvert. I don't like.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
much
like
more in the
attention.
middle now.
Yeah, I don't like attention. I don't like.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I do this job.
But you can totally like Maria, introvert.
Yes, introvert.
Introvert.
Very
Yeah.
introvert.
But these introverts are like so crazy too, let me tell you. Because once they're comfortable with their people, then it like
The
a whole new
extrovert- the
person
Yes.
comes out.
Yes.
Yeah, and it can come
Yes.
out. It just has to be with the right people. Like
Right.
it's not just gonna be with whoever.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
They
Yeah.
have to feel comfortable.
And
Comfortable.
introverts usually have.
Well, this is hard for you, isn't it?
Not really.
It was before
But I feel
At
like
the
she's
beginning it
comfortable with
was.
it.
because I had to talk you into it.
At the beginning, it was mainly because I was like, oh my god, am I going to say something wrong? Or am I going to remember to just speak English? Or because we've been doing this, the Spanglish a little bit.
Right.
My Spanglish comes out a lot.
And you could do anything.
Yeah.
Spanglish, whatever.
See, and I didn't know that. So when.
Why not?
At the beginning, it was kind of like, okay, like, do I have to follow like a protocol or something?
Nah,
Or-
this is a
So
free flow.
yes, it's been
Look
very
at this.
comfortable doing it.
we're in the studios in
You know,
North
that's
Dallas
But you know,
with top-notch equipment.
it's really cool because when I was growing up, I would only hear people that to me they sounded perfect on the radio, whatever, perfect diction, perfect everything, syntax, accent.
Yes.
And I'm not like that. And I like to be out there. And if someone can hear and say, "Oh, look at that lady, she talks funny and she has a weird accent or something," you know what I mean? Then they're not alone.
Weird accent.
Weird or crazy accent, whatever. They're like, "Oh, she talks like my mom" or something. It's okay. Yeah,
It's okay to be different.
it's okay to be
It's okay
different.
to be
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, I like the social media now because anything can be popular. It doesn't have to be perfect,
Yeah.
and I like that. Now I think there's got to be some perfection in some way because it can't be all just disorder. But I think that different is good.
Yeah.
Different is
Authentic.
We're all different.
good. Authentic.
Authentic.
Yeah, authentic.
And we're all
I love
authentic in our
different
way.
as long as it's authentic.
I think it's a good conversation because when kids are feeling stressed, if they look inward and they see how they're special because they have a talent that somebody else doesn't have, an accent or just something there that's different, turn it into a positive. I think that's a good stress stress reliever and anxiety reliever. Y'all agree? Or?
I agree.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, it's sometimes the most beautiful thing about an introvert